Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talk
Ladies
Junkies,
and gentlemen.
where tonight's going to be the most interesting night, as it is each and every single week here at the Talk Junkies household. Got Blake and Carl here again, once again. Yeah. Gentlemen, what's going on?
Just a beautiful Super Bowl Sunday in the Midwest.
Chiefs aren't playing in it, but that's all right.
That's why it's so beautiful, Carl.
It's not all right, though. But
yeah, the NFL's rigged, in my opinion.
NFL's not rigged.
I agree.
Paul.
Yeah.
You guys are insane.
Yeah. But we also got a new special guest in the house as well. His name's Rick. I met him through work. And Rick, thanks for joining the show, man. How you doing tonight? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. I've lived around Kansas City now since '97. I went to college down in Texas. I always loved the winters down there because they were very, very mild. But prior to that, I lived here and graduated from Blue Valley North High School. And before that, I grew up in Colorado, Boulder, Colorado.
Nice.
And so I don't miss it. People always ask me, are you missing Colorado at all? I don't, because I think growing up, you have your ups and downs. But, I was there for almost 20 years. So, I had my fill. And Colorado's changed a lot. I grew up there during the 70s and the 80s. Well, I went back like 3 years ago, and I didn't even recognize Boulder anymore.
Boulder's close to the mountains, yeah?
Yeah, right on the foothills.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably about 35-minute drive, 40-minute drive from Denver.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was there all through my childhood up until my senior year in high school, and now I'm here. And I love Kansas City, but I'm not a big fan of winter.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
I do not like the cold. The older I get, the less I like it. So, I wish I could have a home in like Florida or like Hawaii or somewhere else and go there from like Thanksgiving until April 1st. And then I would live here every other time. So, but yeah. So
Just got to talk to the lady and make it happen.
Well, yeah. Good luck with that.
That's not how that works, Paul. You already know.
Well, thanks for joining, man. We're going to talk about some very interesting topics tonight. We're just going to be free-flowing. I think we're first off going to hit off, I'm ruining my vocabulary this evening. We're going to hit off tonight with just the trucker convoy. I kind of wanted to talk about it last week. Didn't really have enough time because I was pretty pissed about finding out now you have to fill out a 1099 if you make over $600 on anything, whether you're selling Chiefs tickets or whether you're making money from friends on Venmo or any of that stuff. You have to fill out a 1099 if you make more than $600. So the government's just reaching deep as they can into people's pockets. It's insane. It's crazy. Granted, that's how it's supposed to be. But anyways.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think that's how it's supposed to be. It just is. They're trying to enforce it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they hired a whole bunch of, like 20,000 IRS people to enforce it, all that shit. I don't know how many people it was, but I know that was part of Build Back Better plan with Biden's administration. Who knows? I could be wrong on that. I thought Blake was my fact checker tonight, but he's not.
It's about to die, bro.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good. But we're going to talk about the trucker convoy. We started off with that, and then we'll probably do some more lighthearted things after that. I think it's been flooded on YouTube with what's going on in Canada right now in Ottawa with just, I believe it's like 50 miles long of just trucks, right? And they've been honking their horns, so now they came out with a law that says you can't honk your horns. The police took their gas. Then they said, no, you can't take their gas. Give them their gas cans back. And then they reinforced it and started taking their gas again. You see police taking their firewood, all these different types of things. Just kind of want to get your guys' take on it. I'm glad it's good to see people standing up for the rights in Canada because they're more of a, what would you call it, a socialist, because they do free healthcare, all that type of stuff. Yeah. They're like a socialist type of country. But now you see people fighting for their freedoms. I believe they're 90% vaccinated as a country, and Trudeau wants the other 10% to be vaccinated. That's what this whole thing's about, is the truckers, from what I believe, if they go to the United States, come back into Canada, they'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks if they weren't vaccinated. Right. And a lot of the truckers didn't like that. And I think that's in large part what this is about, is forced vaccination. But just kind of want to get your guys' take on it, on what you know so far.
Well, if I could say, a lot of this, you said it, about the mandates and all that. To me, I think a lot of people are getting sick and tired of kind of the little yellow brick road that they're taking us down. You know what I mean? Because, slowly by slowly, taking away freedoms.
Right.
And that is something that, okay, fine, mandate this. But to me, I think that people are getting a little sick and tired of kind of seeing how far down that road they're just slowly taking us. And that's one of the reasons why I believe why they're doing this. You can protest against mandates and all that, and that's great. I mean, I'm not a fan of mandates, not at all. But it's the slow erosion of freedom, like sort of like desensitizing you to slowly accepting what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that to me is what troubles me. And I like to believe with the trucker convoys, going on. People are just tired of this, okay? They want to get back to life, okay? Most likely, everybody's going to get, the COVID-19 at some point. It's not going to go away. It's just like a cold. We all get colds. We all get the regular flu. It's going to be around. Yeah, if you want to get the vaccination, get it. But I don't believe that you can force anyone to put something in their body that they don't want. So, it's going to be here. And so to me, it veers off into the politics of it, to where I believe certain politicians are using this to move us down a road that I personally, speaking for myself, do not want to go down. So that's what I think.
No, I would agree. It's almost like they're saying how far you can push the envelope.
Correct.
And then that's going to be the new norm. They're just like, oh, okay, well, we see what people will take. We'll just keep it there. And then next time something else happens, they'll see how far they can push it, and new norm, so on and so forth. It's hiking the price up, inflation of stuff. It's like, oh, people are still like, the cost of this lumber you're doing down here in the basement, Paul. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't cheap, and it's an inflated price, and it's not going to come back down. And if it does, it's not to what it was before.
Right.
Pre-pandemic is what they say. They're like, oh, why would they bring it down? If you're a businessman, like you're buying that product, they're making the money. Why would they want to bring it back down? They lose money.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's going to be the new norm, to extend what you were kind of saying.
Right.
People they're going to see how far they're going to push people, and they're like, okay, let's bring it back just a hair to what they want, what they think is what they want, and then that's going to be the new status quo.
Well, and leave it to the Canadians for actually standing up for what they believe in. There have been some protests in the United States over a lot of in some states over, some of the stipulations, shortly after COVID had happened and after the 2-year mark, like a lot of red states started opening up and allowing businesses. Like eventually, I don't know if they're just scared of what Americans will do if they were to try and do what Canada's doing, and I don't know. I mean, it would be interesting to see what would happen. But maybe that's why we don't see those types of things in America. I don't like to think it's because people are lazy and they don't want to get out of their house and protest these types of things. But leave it to Canada for them to stand up for their rights and say, hey, we're not ready for this new normal. That term that you heard once COVID first came out, the new normal.
Right.
They're not okay with that. And that's a great point, that they don't want to go down that slippery road. But I think it's interesting also that you see like places like GoFundMe.
Shutting people down.
Well, yeah, the trucker convoy had, I believe it was close to $10 million in donations.
Right.
And they said, no, this is against our terms of service, a peaceful protest, and we're not going to fund you anymore. Well, they're their own corporation. They can do that. That's fine. And I just saw something, it's not an article, but it just says bank freezes $1.1 million in trucker funds. So now you have banks freezing their money because after the GoFundMe shit happened, people just said, hey, we're just going to use Bitcoin. We're going to send the truckers Bitcoin. So they got like $5 million in a few days just in Bitcoin. Well, it looks like you still have to use maybe a bank for that, and they're freezing some of that money. It's insane the reach that they're going to stop this type of thing of happening.
Right. And who's behind it, too? I mean, you think these banks are just freezing this money without somebody?
Oh, yeah, telling them to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Yeah. Somebody's telling them, saying, hey, we need this to happen. And that's very concerning because you know what? With some of the more leftist causes, they didn't freeze any money. I mean, so to me, it's like, okay, so you're giving preferential treatment to one side, and then the other side, you're just like, oh, no money for you. So to me, it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of scary a little bit, to kind of see where we're going with this.
And you see where we're going, but then again, like I said, thank you to anyone who's involved in this trucker convoy for going out and fighting for those types of freedoms.
Absolutely.
Again, I'm not deep down into what's happening in the States, but I believe there are probably a circle of people who are fighting against these types of things and pushing buttons to make things like these not happen in the United States. God forbid.
You mean like smaller fights, basically?
Yeah.
Or even bigger. Who knows?
Well, you would hope if it was bigger, you would know.
It could be under the table, though. I mean, because the media, you're never going to hear it from the media.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You would never hear it coming out of the media's mouth if something were happening in the United States that was a benefit to what we're talking about.
Right.
So I don't know, man. Overall, I think it's just a good thing that it's going on in Canada. They need to keep pushing, and
I agree.
You see the Prime Minister over there, Trudeau, having his crossfire with the opposition. It's very laughable to watch that. I don't know if you've seen that clip where he's going one-on-one with the opposition. And he's just using, I think it's, what is it called? It's called like something talk, where politicians, they use a certain type of language.
Right.
The jargon.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
literally just repeating himself each time that he gets his turn, and he's not saying anything new. He's just repeating himself and regurgitating the same thing. So, but I mean, you're right, man. You give him power, they're never going to want to give it back.
Yep.
Now, is he? What is he? Is he the president or what?
Essentially, yeah, the
he's
Prime Minister.
essentially-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like their equivalent of president.
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know how it worked over there.
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit different. Well, just that in general. You know, he's up there debating basically with the Congress, essentially.
Yeah, I don't know what the opposition means, but yeah, it was just interesting.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
Yeah, to see Biden in there talking to people who are congressmen of the opposition.
Right.
And he would lose his. I mean, he's already lost his mind, man. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, people just need to keep fighting for what they believe in, and freedom's just the biggest thing. And some people don't believe in freedom. And I was on Xbox last night, and I was talking to this guy from Ireland, and it was about 3:30 in the morning my time, and I just started talking about COVID and stuff. And he said Ireland had some of the toughest restrictions when it came to COVID. And then he started going on. He's 21, so I mean, I don't know if this is when propaganda starts influencing people at a young age or whatnot. But he was just saying, man, he's like, I don't understand why you guys have pledged allegiance to the flag. He's like, no other country does that.
It's true. What he's saying, yeah. I saw somebody talking about that the other day.
Yeah, and he's like, I think that's stupid that you guys do that.
But we don't do it anymore, right?
And that's what I said. They don't. I think
It's
they
been
still,
a while.
No, they still do pledge allegiance. Some schools do, but I think that they took
It's not as common.
they took
Yeah.
under God out or something like that. I don't know.
I think the whole thing is just a lot less common than it might have been, 20
I mean,
years ago.
and maybe
15
that's a
years ago.
form of brainwashing, making us say the pledge of allegiance. But I mean, that's like you're pledging allegiance to the United States, of the country that it's the freest country in the world, or was at one time.
Right.
I would pledge allegiance to freedom.
Absolutely.
So I get it. So I don't know. I'm just saying it's just weird that other countries, they're like, I'm sure in China they do some crazy shit
Oh yeah.
where it's way deeper than a pledge of allegiance. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, all through elementary school and junior high, I went to Catholic schools during elementary, and every morning, we said the Our Father, and we did the Pledge of Allegiance. And you know what? I mean, I think we should. I mean, not everybody's Catholic, so I understand about the Our Father, but I believe in doing the Pledge of Allegiance. I think that's important. I think it gives the country identity. I think it keeps kids, because what's funny is, I guess the point I'm trying to make is I think kids these days are being taught not to respect or like this country anymore. Tearing down statues of Thomas Jefferson, going after Andrew Jackson's, and it's just like, I know this is a whole nother can of worms, but it's like they're trying to teach the young kids today, don't like your country. This is not a good country. That's what they're trying to do. And taking away the Pledge of Allegiance is one sure way to do that. It's taking away the national identity. And it's making these kids be ashamed of where they're from. And that, to me, I find that absolutely just awful. Because you know what? I will always love this country. I will gladly say the Pledge of Allegiance. If I go to a game and they play the Pledge, you know what? If I'm wearing a hat, I take my hat off. Because you know what? That's me. I want to show respect for the freedoms that we have today, that thousands, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of good people died so we could have freedom and be down here. You know what? I'm not giving that up. You know what? I love this country, and I always will.
Do you agree with not seeing the Pledge of Allegiance, Blake?
Why do you ask me like that?
No,
I have no issue with the
I
Pledge
just
of
ca-
Allegiance at all. Zero issue. I agree with you. Yeah. I mean, it shows a sense of, patriotism that I think everybody should have. I think if we had access to all of the social media and the internet that we'd had maybe now 20 years ago, we'd probably look like how it looks. It would have looked a lot different 20 years ago, where you'd have people trying to voice their opinions. I mean, that's the woke time that we're in, man. People just, and that's their entitlement. They're entitled to whatever opinion they want to have. If somebody, wants to date their cat and thinks the sky is orange, by God, let them do their thing, man. Who am I to stop them?
That's a beautiful thing, but it's just whenever you see the type of censorship that goes on right now, and I don't know how true this article is, but I've read something earlier today or heard something where they're saying that, I don't know if it's a certain state or if it's nationwide, where they're trying to pass a law to where you could get arrested for spreading misinformation online on the web.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the type of things that are happening in the States, that it's just, and that most likely won't happen, and I hope not. I mean, there's no way that they could, a lot of people would be getting arrested.
Joe Rogan to start.
Yeah. Poor Joe.
I'm kidding.
He apologized to the mob, which was a huge mistake. So, Joe, if you happen to see this, don't apologize.
Well, he knows that. He's actually a huge Michelle Obama fan. He thinks that she'd be one of the greatest presidents
That's great.
to be yeah.
Hey, go with it, Joe.
Yeah, but it's just dangerous times, I guess. Ultimately, is what it comes down to. We just got to keep on keeping on. In the Pledge of Allegiance, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's got to keep on going.
Absolutely.
It's just weird just to talk to someone from Ireland that I've never met, and that's one of the first things we started talking about. Just how he finds that to be weird.
Weird in a good way, or weird like he was like?
No, he said it was stupid. He's like, I don't understand why you guys do it.
Like communisty, or
that's kind of where I was going to wonder too. Like, does he think it's kind of, communisty?
Well, they could portray it that way, but again, I think it comes down to just what it really,
how you feel about it.
Yeah, what it truly means. What's going on?
Rams just sacked Joe Burrow 4th and 1. Well, they didn't sack him, but it was a pretty much sack. Yeah, so they win 23-20.
Oh, it's over?
Yeah. Well,
said 4th and 1.
There's like 40 seconds left.
You gotta go for it.
4th and 1. No, they
they sacked him on 4th and 1. It's over.
23-20.
Wow.
Rams.
Well, I didn't win.
Rams get the dub. Yeah.
No, you didn't.
It's okay. I never win.
I should have won that pot, but fifth year in a row I lost the bet. But okay.
No, it is interesting what other countries think about us, though, Paul. Like you're saying, I'm sure I'd be curious to know what a lot of other places, how they view America. I'm sure they probably think we're lunatics.
They can think those things, but I think if they were to actually come here, and a lot of people do get visas and come here, and they see what the freedoms are. You see a lot of people who come from places that aren't America, and they're like, holy shit, like it's amazing over there what you're able to do, especially for women. You go to the Middle East, they're not allowed to pretty much do anything.
Right.
And they come here and you enjoy what's called freedom.
Yeah. And personally, I think, a lot of people bag on this country. And it upsets me, but it's like everything you hear from across the pond or from wherever, 80% of it's like some negative stuff about America. You're you know what? I don't buy into that. I just don't. It's like how come everybody wants to come here then? I don't know. To me, I don't understand why I always hear about negative comments about America's faults, and it's like, you know what? How about the great things that this country has also done over the last 240 years, and that's just me. I want to hear some nice things, like your buddy over there in Ireland, saying, oh well, that's how about something nice? You know what?
So you should have asked him, Paul, next time you get in that conversation.
Yeah.
Say, hey, man.
Yeah. Anything nice you have to say to about us? One nice
cool,
thing. One nice thing. But I don't know. That's just what I think about that.
Yeah. We just got to keep on keeping on. I think if people were to come here and whenever a lot of the stuff that we talk about can consume your life and what's going on, and you kind of just got to live your life. And when you do that in America and the things that we've talked about on the podcast, just go out on a Friday night to a restaurant, a nice busy restaurant. You go there and you just say, mate, like, wow, this is pretty cool. Like just everything that's going on, all the moving parts. And I'm sure that happens in other countries too, but I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think
what are you trying to get
it's
at
just,
over
I'm
there,
just
man?
saying like, and not only that, but going to large sporting events or just large venues or even movie. I don't know.
You're saying like with the state of everything going on.
Yeah, I just
doing
think
that,
come
or-
here and just see what it has to offer. Not even just the nature, but even just the politics and being able to have a voice to just say, hey, this is how I feel, and this is what I think should happen, and people seeing that. I mean, again, you go to China, it's filtered what you can see on the internet. Like it's now they have it to where if you're a kid, you have a certain amount of time to play video games. You know, like they're even filtering that type of shit.
That's probably not a bad thing, man. Honestly,
Is Facebook not
need to-
doing that already?
You need to limit
Yeah.
your time on your screen time too, Paul.
No, I'm sure I do, but maybe this is America. I can play as much fucking Rust as I want to. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Amen.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
But is Facebook not doing that already?
What do you mean?
They censor what you can say?
Oh, yeah. And the same with YouTube. The echo chambers they create for you are already, they're predetermined or their algorithm to where it creates that type of
So they're
echo chamber for
conditioning you to accept that already slowly.
Yeah. Yeah, they are 100%.
Well, because you were comparing it to China,
But
they're censoring what you can do there.
Yeah, and they're doing that here too, but the thing about it being here is we still have a chance to fight. Like, one, we still have guns. What is it, like 500 million guns in the United States
yeah.
owned by private citizens. And every time you see a country give those up, that's when you start to see shit go downhill real fast. But I guess, you see the peaceful protests in Canada and see what truckers are doing, but maybe guns aren't everything. But, they are to me. For anyone who's out there, Second Amendment, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I love it. But I don't know. What do they call it? With Trump, what do they call it? They tried to say, what are they, like the patriotic people that's like a domestic terrorist? What are they saying? What's it called?
Well, remember Obama always said, that people are clinging to their guns and religion.
Uh-huh.
I never quite understood what he meant by that comment. I mean, it was obviously a dig. It wasn't meant to be like a compliment. But I think that the Second Amendment has always been on the left. It's always been a thorn, which I'm not exactly sure exactly why, but I don't know. That's just something that I picked up on. So.
Yeah, I think that, it'll be probably not in our lifetime for the Second Amendment to go away. I know that.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm pretty sure that. So with Pat, he said that I think the Supreme Court in Missouri is ruling on the Second Amendment Preservation Act in the next couple of days or couple of weeks. I need to watch some of his videos, get updated on it.
To allow it?
Well, no, to keep it in place because it's already in place. It's
right.
here.
Yeah, Parsons signed it.
Yeah. But they're trying to they're trying to get rid of it or the teeth of it anyways. But
Oh, really?
yeah. We'll see, man. I don't think they'll ever get the guns, man. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Even if they do, you can still get them.
Yeah, people who want them but then you could go to jail, man, if you have it. And they'll probably be going hard on it if that were ever to take place, man. I wouldn't. It'd just be nuts.
Well, I think what they're going to try and do is, I agree with you. I don't think they're ever going to be able to take it away, Second Amendment, but they're going to make your life hell. Trying to get ammo,
Trying to get one.
trying to get guns.
Tax you.
Right, that's what they're going to do. Because, like I said, the odds of them taking away the Second Amendment and just getting rid of it, it's not going to happen. So they're going to do everything they can to just make it difficult.
Yeah.
On your life. Just
make it difficult, make it where you can't afford it.
Right, exactly.
It'll just beat you out.
Which is what the Second Amendment Preservation Act in Missouri is, to where if things like that happen, Missouri won't comply with it.
Right.
They do any taxes or increases on gun sales or ammunition.
Right, they won't enforce it.
Exactly.
It'll still be a law federally, but we just won't, as a state, they will not enforce it.
Exactly.
Correct?
Right.
Yeah,
That's what SAPA does?
Right.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Which good. I'm glad it's passed.
Well, it's been passed since June.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I remember I texted you when it passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I was there for the signing.
Yeah, is that Frontier Justice?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
out in Lee Summit.
Yes.
I mean, that's where we're at, though. It's insane how crazy the world is, and maybe not even just the world, because we're consumed with what's going on in the United States. You don't really look outside the box, and if you do, it's like you really don't know, because you're hearing it from a news source, and how true is that, and what's really going on in that other country, as opposed to traveling there and seeing it for yourself.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, America is what it is. It's divided right now. Yeah. It's people against each other, and
That's where they want you though,
Yeah.
because the country divided.
Yeah.
You know,
COVID's helped with that. I
is
think.
not going to fight back.
Yes.
You had COVID, then you had George Floyd. I mean, the amount of division that happened with those two things was astronomical with those two instances. Just, it's nuts where...
But look how much money got raised for that nothing got shut. To your point earlier, saying, you know, how much money gets raised, GoFundMe shut down the truckers' money.
So I'm pretty... So I could be wrong on this. Blake, you might check it out. But there were some high rollers in the BLM, Black Lives Matter, where there was, I think, upwards to $60 million where they're just like, where did that money go?
Because doesn't the leader of it like own like big? He's like a millionaire off that deal. Doesn't actually send
They
money.
make pretty good money, yeah.
Buy 3 new houses.
Yeah, like who was the St. Louis one?
Was she a female? And then like she got backlash for buying a new house.
I think so. But the victim that was in St. Louis, can't remember his name. But
Michael Brown?
Michael Brown. Yeah, the family. They're like, we haven't seen a fucking cent from them.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
We're out here spreading the good word about them, but they're not sharing the money.
No.
They're taking it. Well, they ain't sharing that shit. But none of that money's been shut down whatsoever. You don't hear about that if it is.
GoFundMe claims it shut down the truckers because of reports of violence and other unlawful activity violating the company's terms of service.
But none of that was actually legit or any videos from what I've heard. Yeah. And they were provocateurs who were trying to do that too, or agitators that were like, they found out who that agitator was and they reported him to the police because like, hey, this dude isn't a part of who we are. So they think that was like a bought and paid for person who went there to do that, which that happened to Michael Brown too. A lot of those people weren't even from St. Louis. Like, oh, these people are looting their own city. Well, that really wasn't the case. It was people from other states or other counties that come in and doing that shit.
Stop the money. Well, granted, I guess BLM is taking the money and not GoFundMe, but still.
Yeah.
The banks didn't stop that money.
No, that's true. Yeah, I'm sure if it's $60 million, I think that's what it was. I don't know if they have to repay that money back or if it was GoFundMe and they're just like, no, I'm just going to keep it. I'd probably need to know more, but
I'm sure there's some clause where they'll keep a chunk of it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how GoFundMe works. I've never used it, but
I haven't either.
They keep a portion of what
you raise. I'm assuming they would.
There's like a fee to it.
Yeah, I think it's like, what, 10% fee or something?
I don't know if it's that much.
Jesus.
It could be, though. It wouldn't surprise me if it was, honestly.
I think it's on the dollar amount. Or I mean, I'm not real sure either.
Well, it's nuts. They're collecting a lot of money if you're raising $10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys waiting for me to look this up?
Well, I was just curious about the BLM. If there was the BLM leader runs away with $60 million. I don't know if that's how you would look it up or not, but I just want to know if they were able to.
They charge a 3% processing fee on each donation.
On each donation?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
3%. So they're making what, $300,000 off $10 million?
Sure, I'm sure it's not easy to just collect that much money, man. There's a lot of steps in the process.
You got the internet. The internet's doing most of the work for them, or their processors, or whatever they use. I'm sure they don't employ too many people. Someone's making a lot of money. GoFundMe.
Yeah, I think it's interesting for sure.
Yeah, that they can shut down a trucker convoy. I don't know.
It's something, especially something that even Trudeau said that it was a peaceful protest. I mean, when the article I just had up a second ago, I mean, he obviously wants what he wants, you know, and he's trying to get to that 100% vaccination. But I mean, it doesn't really seem, outside of the issues it's causing, having all the truckers there, not having them working. I mean, they're just, you know, like you said, trying to fight for the right.
I think some people look at this and say they're going to look back in the history books and say that the trucker convoy is something that sparked something great and magical. So I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think this is the start of something major, unless they start clearing out trucks, because they were trying to do that, but then they started sending tow trucks, and the tow truck driver said, no, we're not going to help. We're not moving these trucks.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Right.
But then you have the police go in there and, like I said, taking their gas and their firewood, but that's not stopping them.
Nope. And the words aren't stopping them either, because you always notice whenever something like this happens, they always throw out the key words. Oh, the truckers are racist. The truckers are insurrectionists and all this stuff. You heard those words? Because I heard even Trudeau said that.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, he's just, you're just throwing out the
same lines.
Crap.
Let's see what sticks.
Right. Again, I mean, it's like they're not racist. They're not insurrectionists. These are people that want their freedom.
Yeah.
And that's to me, it's like, that's what I've noticed the left does. You know, man, this January 6th thing, not to get off topic, but, oh man, insurrection, all this stuff, all these people are just like terrorists. What about when BLM and Antifa basically burned Portland to the ground, attacked physically, were firebombing like a federal building? Oh, no, that's all. They're just having a good time. You know what? So it's like the standards are different with especially the leftist media. And but
well, even in the court system at that point.
Well, right. So it's just, I don't know. To me, there's like a mega double standard.
Yeah.
Mega. And it's like, what, Trudeau, oh yeah, racist, throwing out the race card constantly. It's like, okay, what did they do that's racist? You know what? There are all sorts of blacks, whites, people from the Middle East over there. I mean, they want freedom. Okay, they're not racists. They're not insurgents. They're not insurrectionists. So it's just, that's just something that just kind of I pick up on all the time whenever, it's convenient for one side or the other.
And I'm sure there have been times throughout history where it's been the other side and the right was this way. You go back to 2001 with George Bush on the Republican side, whenever he came out with the Patriot Act, taking away a lot of freedoms in that aspect when 9/11 happened. There's been instances in history where the right has done the same exact thing that the left is doing. Maybe it's just a power move for whatever political affiliation it is at the time. That's just, I feel like that's just something that happens on either side.
It's
know what
the
I'm saying?
partisan politics.
Yeah.
You have two sides. So,
and we've had Mike Anderson on quite a bit, and he talks about tribalism and stuff like that. It's just nuts, man, that, inherently we're at like a 50-50 or a 40-40, 20%, 40% of people, and not even politics, but the way I'm going to describe it, I don't know if you've ever listened to any of the podcasts we did with Mike Anderson, is that when you're born, you're going to be more progressive or you're going to be more conservative or more in the middle. There's a balance of nature that happens when you're born that creates this type of environment. Granted, we have mass propaganda and technology that helps persuade people and they can change their minds, but there's a balance of nature when it comes to progressive or conservative or in the middle. And I think that's nuts. That's what, we're always going to be divided. Inherently, when we're born, it's built that way. People are going to either be more conservative or they're going to be more progressive. They're going to take more risk or they're not going to take, that's just how we're born. Granted, your parents teach you a lot of stuff, but what I'm saying is it's built in our DNA and our genetics.
Right, and that combined with maybe like life experiences, I think that kind of plays into that as well.
It can for sure. But you're in a free country too at the
Right.
same time.
Right.
What's up, man?
Nothing, man.
What do you got to say, dude?
You're saying you're just born one way or the other?
There's been studies to show, that it's a balance of nature. Yeah, that it's
How do you know that?
Read one of Mike Anderson's book. I can't remember which one it is. He's got the conservative gene, the progressive gene. He's talked with scientists from different types of universities. Again, it's just it's a study, but people who are more left-brained or right-brained, there's a way to break it down scientifically that shows that that's how it is.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I feel like nurture would probably be more of a contributing factor to how you're going to come out in the long run.
So you're saying parents?
Just in general, just nurture, just everything around you. Not your parents.
You could live a perfect life
where you go to school,
but you could
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but but whenever I went to school, I was never really taught which way to learn, like right or left. Politics were never really in my school. And if they were, I didn't really even pay attention. I was more focused and worried about women and partying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But eventually when I hit a certain age, and I see all these things happening, that's when I developed into myself and kind of got my core beliefs on how I am now. But I believe that when I was born, those things were in me already. And that's kind of why I went that way, because I love freedom. And I don't know, there are people out there who love to be controlled. And they're like, no, government can do whatever they want. I'm okay with it. Take away my freedoms as long as you give me security and safety, and I know I'm not going to die. And
right.
People dig that, and they like it.
Well, there's leaders and followers.
Yeah,
as well.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know some really good people who are not leaders. You know, I mean, they're great people. They're probably better people than I am, but they don't want to lead. You know, they want to follow, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's always going to be leaders and followers.
Well, you got
So
chiefs and Indians.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I think that does, but yeah, I think what you said, Paul, is true. I just think that life experience helps, like you said, like nurture it, and that sort of maybe pushes you on your way toward, you know, whichever way you believe or act. So
Helps along the way, but I guess what I'm trying to get at is dividing people, or are we always going to naturally be divided even without technology? And you go throughout history and you see, I know that they talk about there was this golden age where everything was kind of cool and not a lot, but even during those times you had slavery going on and all that type of shit, which obviously is not cool at all. But would life be boring without this type of division, or without this type of 50-50, like people not, obviously if everyone agreed, how cool of what would the United States be like, or the world be like, if everyone was just on the same page? It'd be weird.
yeah,
I don't think you'd ever have that, though.
yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
Is
if
it
you
meant
want
to
it
be that
either.
way?
Is it meant to be that way?
I think so.
Isn't that what we've talked about that before? I think it was when
Yeah.
I was here. You and Johnny were going back and forth between a utopia.
Yeah.
Essentially, is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I agreed. I think with Johnny is that I don't think you could. You know, there's always going to be a division. We're always going to have a separate opinion.
And I think that's naturally built into the human genetics.
Well, there's always going to be human nature, which will always get in the way.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. What's happening right
Right.
now. It shouldn't be any different way. We should have conflict. We should have division. We should have.
Because that's how you move forward. Is when you have conflict, you figure out what the best way.
But do you really move forward? Because the victor writes history, right? And whoever.
Yeah.
And who
Well, I
does-
guess
who
that's true. It's not. It goes in one person's favor.
Yeah. Or in one person's, whatever they perceive to be forward, it goes in that group's forwardness, if it makes sense.
That's where you compromise.
Is there compromise, though? This is some deep shit.
Well, I think some people don't want to compromise. They want to win at all cost.
Yes. Agreed.
So you can take that for, it's just like, I don't know, like today, I mean, you look at the left and the right, and I mean, it's about power. You want the power, you get the power any way you can. So, I mean, I'm not sure how that exactly ties into where we're going with this, but that's just something that I believe.
It ties in 100%.
Yeah.
And that's what's led us to where we are today.
Right.
Why we are in this situation is because the process we're talking about happens over and over again.
Right. Correct.
Whoever wants it the most gets it, and that's
Yep.
what shapes history.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they write the books, and that's what the next generation learns. And then
Yep.
maybe they disagree, and they have a more fight than the previous one, and then
Right.
it gets shaped in their way.
Can you not rewrite
Well-
it? Look at Rick, you were talking about earlier about tearing down statues.
Yeah.
Can you not change
Yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah. And that's what I'm going to send you, John Levy, man. He talks about it in his books. You know, we've had Howdy Mikowski on talking
Yeah.
about that type of shit with the World's Fairs. I mean, I think that's just what it is. They write the history, and unfortunately, it's going to be tougher. Maybe not unfortunately, but it's going to be tougher now with the way technology is. It's going to be extremely hard to
Right.
try and erase history. Down the road, people can look back and still find it somehow, some way with the internet.
Yeah. Because record keeping's better.
Yeah.
Which
I've
essentially is what the internet's doing for you.
I've never been on the dark web, though. How cool is that? Have any of you guys been on the dark web?
I saw a video about it the other day, and it's not a road I think I want to go down.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that also. It's
It'll fuck your
everything
shit
I've
up
seen is
if
a
you don't know
little
what you're
debatable,
doing.
Yeah.
No, that's what I've heard too. But imagine
sure.
the amount of information you could get on the dark web.
Phil-
I don't know.
Phil-
I wouldn't even know how to get there.
I
To be
wouldn't
honest
either.
with you,
I have
because
no
I'm not
idea.
real tech savvy. So
Me neither.
This video told you, and I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah,
They're
no,
like,
it's-
get like basically a burner PC because they could fuck your shit up in a heartbeat.
Well, you know what's funny was I read a book about the making of leaders from like the past and stuff like this. Well, one of them that was quite interesting was like the dynamic of like Hitler. After World War II, you know, Germany was vanquished, and you know they became the Weimar, you know, republic, and basically the population was demoralized. Well, that gave him an inroad to come to power because they spent 20 years until the start of World War II. Just the economy was crap. There was constant conflicts between the communists that wanted to take over and like the Weimar Army, and it was just very, very fascinating to read about how it was all like this perfect whirlwind that this guy, this maniac comes to power, and but it was a perfect storm because the population was looking for a way out. They were looking to get out of this 20 to 25 year just disastrous economy and
End up in the worst situation possible.
Right. And he gave him a great economy. Problem is, he was a psychopathic murderer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's amazing though to see how he went from a little corporal in World War I to this maniacal monster that captivated the entire nation. You know what I mean? It's just, it's all like the circumstance. It was that perfect storm of what happened after World War I. So I don't know. I mean, it's just fascinating into like the human character and and like the human nature and the human soul, how things work.
Yeah, they work weirdly, and
yeah,
almost feel like the same shit that's happening, or not even close. But China is slowly trying to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Do you know China buys like 70% of the whole world's plastic recycling?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, they have any EPA standards. You can send all this shit there and burn it.
Wait, they buy what?
They buy like 70% of the whole world's plastic recycling. Everybody just sends it to China.
For what?
I don't know. They literally have towns that they just break it down and repurpose it, all that stuff.
Yeah, because they burn that shit. I mean,
I don't know.
Well, and a lot of times they'll send the recyclers there. They'll recycle it there, and then they'll bring it back to you.
Yeah, they'll recycle it and they'll like I said, repurpose it for something else. Like there's
Yeah.
literally towns where that's just like. It's like, Belton. That's where they just all they do is the plastic recycling, blah, blah, blah. They build towns for it. It's crazy. I was
not aware of that. That's actually interesting.
It might have been NPR. I don't remember what it was, but they were talking about it, and I was like, oh, that does sound pretty cool.
Yeah. Wow. I had no idea.
Why not? What could you do with that much plastic?
Yeah.
Well, they find a way, man. They charge cheap labor, so you pay someone 20 cents or $1 a day.
Well, yeah.
Someone's making money.
Oh yeah. I'm sure a lot of money, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see the technology they have, though? Like Deshaun White, he posted that TikTok or Instagram or something like that with the Olympics. And he's just like in line. He's like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I'm about to walk up here. I'm wearing my mask, and this thing's going to know exactly who I am. So he walks up when it's his turn just to get inside, or I don't know what the purpose for it is. And the computer or the TV looks at him, and it just shows a picture of him, and it says, this is Shaun White. Like their facial recognition shit there is insane.
At the Olympic camp, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like each time someone walks in, it recognizes who they are, even with their mask on. It just looks at their eyes, and it's just boom. Just like
you could do that. Like they made
phone.
modifications to like iPhones where it'll like read you with your mask on. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they're already doing it here. Like when I went to Aruba 2 years ago. I know it's small, but TSA. Screening. There's two different lines you can go in. You can go to the person that looks at you, scans your passport, whatever. Or you could do the digital one where it's essentially a fucking camera. You scan your passport, there's a camera, you look right at it, and it scans your face.
Well, this thing doesn't even scan your passport. It just knows who you are instantly.
But is it not putting that into a database?
Yeah.
You can assume.
Oh, yeah. When it's scanning your face.
So it's gathering that information already on you.
Yeah. For sure.
So when it comes out, it's like, I already do this at the airport. It's nothing new,
That technology will instantly recognize you, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is getting, you just handed them your information with your passport, which they already have. But now you're like just, you're doing it for them without you knowing. It's going to become the new norm.
It's the unavoidable technology.
100%.
It's
how did they get his face in the first place to make that happen?
Exactly.
He's in the Olympics.
That's true.
I mean, he's living in their community. I'm sure they know who Shaun White is.
The surveillance state in China is unreal, man.
Well,
It's unreal. They have a social credit
but
system.
Still, just the Olympics in general, man. They probably have the technology and the ability to say, hey, Paul Weiss is at our Olympics. We're going to know where Paul Weiss is. He can check in with the mask on, and we're gonna know it's Paul Weiss. I mean,
I'm just saying, you see this, and this is just an instance with Shaun White. This happens with their population on an everyday basis, especially with COVID in China, where they're extremely serious about it, and they've locked down millions of people. They've locked down Disney with like millions of people in it for like a few days or a week or so.
it'd be kind of fun.
Because there was one case. No, it wouldn't be fun, man.
Why not?
Not in
Just ride
China.
all the rides and
Yeah.
Not in
get
China.
some orange chicken or something. I don't know.
It's orange chicken.
Red
Orange
rice.
chicken.
Is that Chinese?
I love orange chicken.
Same.
Well, enough about politics, man. Let's do a little bit of lighthearted stuff. I think we got
Sure.
a little bit of time left, about 15, 20 minutes left of the podcast. Never really talked about movies on the podcast before, man, but we can do it today. Before we do the movie shit, though, man, Wolflow, I know you're out in Canada, man, so just on the comments below, give us some what's your take on this shit, man? Or not shit, but what's your take on the Convoy in the comments below, Wolflow? Appreciate you. Best new movie coming out, I'd have to say Batman.
Yeah, I already bought my tickets. I'm so fucking excited for the new Batman.
When's it coming out?
March
March
4th.
4th, yeah.
Have you not seen the trailer for it?
I have not.
It's got Robert Pattinson
Holy
in it,
shit,
which I
man.
was
I
a
do
little
like him.
I know, and as Batman, I was a little like I was like,
Oh, it's
Batman?
skeptical, yeah.
Yeah, but seeing him like in the suit and seeing the seeing everything kind of come together, I was like, holy shit. Like, I like him as an actor, but like diehard Batman, is so I'm like, I don't know, and I've got a massive
Watch
boner
the trailer,
for Batman.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm
It's-
excited now.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
I got to pull it up on YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
looks it's like really
Or
dark
Rumble.
and it'll be good, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I've always liked him because you know what? Y'all can judge me on this. I've always been a fan of the Twilight series. Okay.
Same.
It was a good
Same.
series, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that series. I will actually, if I find it on like cable or whatever, you know what? I'll watch them. Because you know what? I love that series. I've always been a fan. I'm also a Harry Potter fan.
Same.
You know what? Give me the Half-Blood Prince any day of the week. My favorite one.
Spelliarmus. I've watched all the Harry Potters. I just never remember. I played all the video games too. on
Yeah, I've read all the
Xbox and-
books, man. I enjoy the movies. I think
Yeah.
my favorite series of movies. I mean, I
Aren't
know
they
it's-
doing something new with Harry Potter, or is she releasing something? Or
They've
Well, they're
been
doing
working
a
on
new
all sorts of
series.
stuff.
I saw a
Yeah.
preview right for something.
There's another one of the Fantastic Beasts. I think
Yes.
coming out soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. What's the one where they did it was like a short book. It was like where it was
Cursed
Harry's
Child?
kids. Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think it's
that's
called The
what I
Cursed
thought.
Child.
I've seen rumors that they're going to do something with that. I
Yeah,
don't
supposedly
know.
make
I
a
wouldn't.
movie with that.
I wouldn't bank on that happening sooner or later.
No.
But the Fantastic Beasts series is really good too.
I agree.
What's the
Yeah.
Fantastic Beast?
It's just like a spin-off from Harry Potter. It's like pre-Harry Potter, Harry Potter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, why not? Yeah, do it.
Yeah, long
Yeah.
before.
Did she write those type of books, or did she?
Like the material is like incorporated into the books, but it's not expanded on really.
Right.
So someone else can expand on it however they want.
Pretty much,
Right.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, when I was younger, I had little like textbooks like they would take to school, like the Fantastic Beast book. I had stuff like that where it's like, oh, this is this, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. It wasn't like, it was
Did
like
she-
maybe like a 50-page little something, nothing crazy, but
Did she sell the rights to Harry Potter? Didn't she, J.K. Rowling?
to
where-
Warner Brothers, I think.
Yeah. Wouldn't you have to do that in
But I
order
think
for
she
like
has-
spin-offs to happen?
But I still think she has some control. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a successful.
Oh, yeah. She makes royalties.
Yeah.
Galore.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure she's like, yeah, go make me that money.
Oh,
That's what I'd be
millions.
saying.
What other movies coming out besides Batman? I know there's a few others.
Tom Holland has one with.
Oh, Uncharted
Yeah, that one looks really good too.
Ooh,
off
what is
the
that?
video. It's a video game for PlayStation.
Yeah, it's him and who else is in it? Is it Matt
um,
Damon or
Mark
no?
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
Treasure
Mark
Hunter.
Wahlberg.
Yeah, yeah. I've never played the video game,
I
but
got to catch up on this stuff. I've never heard of these.
it looks good. Yeah, I just know there's a treasure hunter. I never played the game.
Ryan Reynolds has a new one coming out. It's something Adam
Project. That's
yeah,
on
Project
Netflix though.
Adam. Is it? I don't care,
I
man.
coulda
Movies
swore
are
it was on
movies, dude.
Netflix. No,
is
no, I don't
killing
give a
the movie
shit,
game.
yeah.
They've got some A-listers that they've been hitting up.
But
pretty
yeah, I
hard.
thought I said it was Netflix because there was a Super
I
Bowl
think it
commercial,
is. I think it is Netflix. You're right.
And I thought at the end it said, their little dun.
So Liam Neeson, he came out with a new one too.
Oh yeah,
Take
it's like
it.
Taken
Every month.
17.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's not
month.
Taken, but it looks like Taken, isn't it?
Taken 40.
Yes.
Yeah, it does look like Taken. It's a very similar.
I saw the.
seems like a
I started
story.
seeing the trailer. I'm like, oh look, another Taken, and it's like not Taken. I'm like,
So is he like the new? He's our new age Nicolas Cage type of thing,
Yes.
or no? Or would he be more like Steven Seagal?
Probably.
you can't. No, I wouldn't say Steven
Well,
Seagal.
I would
'cause
say Steven Seagal
More
because
so-
all
I would-
Steven Seagal's movies are the same.
Yeah.
Correct.
Are you saying Nicolas Cage's movies are all the same?
No, they're not.
Exactly.
That's
no,
what, yeah.
no, you want to talk about all the same? Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
The,
good.
pretty true,
the
yeah.
motherfucker just plays Deadpool in every movie now.
Yeah, he's so
But before
good
that-
at that though. Before that, he just played like a guy that was like in love with somebody, and it just
Right.
like, didn't work out, and then it
Yes.
worked out. That was his role for the
Now
longest
he's a
time.
comedic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
action movie guy. They
See-
started filming Furious 10.
Oh God.
Fast and Furious.
I wonder when that's going to be.
10.
over.
Oh yeah, that series needs to end. I'm sorry.
Did any of you guys watch Dexter?
I love.
fuck yeah.
The new.
So no, I'm
season.
not even talking about. So I'm
I'm
just
just going
gonna.
to say anything because I didn't yet.
So there was this guy. This is called like the Real Life Kill Room. Have you guys heard of that?
Mm.
I
No,
think I
no
listened
idea
to a
what you're talking
podcast.
about.
If you're about to talk about what I think you are,
Yeah, about a guy who was writing a script.
that he sucks at doing it.
No. He wrote a script, and it was actually he sucked at doing it, but he wrote so many that or something like this. Eventually, he wrote like a badass script, and the people were like, holy shit, like this is really good. And so it never became a movie. I don't know. So he was going to write another movie, and he actually wrote something so in detail that he actually gave himself up to cops, where he actually killed someone because he wanted to feel what it was like to be like Dexter. So he actually like
It's.
he catfished some dude.
Yeah, I think I listened to something about this.
Came under the garage, and there was just plastic everywhere in the garage, and
And
he tried to kill him.
I can relate to that honestly.
Dude got away. Never told the police about it because he felt ashamed of himself. Another guy went and got killed, and this was actually he wrote this in his script, and the police got a hold of the script and were like, dude, like how do you know all this shit in detail? And he got arrested because he's actually trying to be a real life Dexter.
Wow.
But not really though, because Dexter killed bad people. Because I think I listened to something. There's a podcast the guy at work listens to, and they talked about it, and they were like, "Yeah, he's like the shittiest Dexter ever." But that was one of their points. Was like, Dexter killed criminals that he felt got away.
True that.
Not innocent
I've
people.
never seen it.
Really? It is.
I haven't either. I've
one of
never
the
watched
best
Dexter.
Showtime
This is
series
fascinating.
ever.
Oh, it's so good.
Dexter. Oh my god.
Is it on Netflix?
It's on Showtime.
It used to be on Netflix, yeah, but then
Showtime,
Showtime's
yeah.
it's originally Showtime,
Yeah.
but Netflix had it for years.
Yeah. But it's it's pretty good. Yeah. You're like, oh, it's a lot of killing, and I mean, as it progresses, it's like 9 seasons.
Story.
Yeah, I've
line.
heard of it. I've just never seen it.
It just kind of hooks into you, and
I might have to go home and watch that because you know what? I'm not gonna lie, and I'll probably piss off a lot of the audience here, but Yellowstone was overrated in my opinion.
I have
I'm
had a
sorry.
hard time getting into Yellowstone.
thank you
I've
very
I'm
much.
trying hard.
Did you
Thank
watch it?
Yeah.
So when I watched it too, it's good, in my opinion. Not like crazy like
Yeah.
everybody says, but is it not just a Western Sons of Anarchy?
Good analogy. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched it. And I'm like, this is like watching Sons of Anarchy.
But in Montana or whatever.
But like, is it not
Yeah.
the? I mean, in Sons of Anarchy, it's all about keeping the club open and fighting the villain every season that wants to get rid of the club. Yellowstone, everybody in every season wants to get rid of his ranch,
Yeah.
and they always find a way to save it. To me, it's the same exact thing, but just
Right.
I
I agree. Overrated. I mean, it wasn't bad. I'm not gonna say it sucked.
Right.
But it was fucking overrated. So
what's
I'm
your
just
shit?
gonna-
What's your shit?
I'll be honest with you here. You know what? I want to tell you guys here. After the disaster that was Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I am waiting for this new Indiana Jones.
I was gonna say they're making
movie to
another
come
one,
out.
aren't
they?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
apparently they're already filming it now. And I'm not going to lie, because I actually saw Raiders of the Lost Ark in the movie theater when it came out in '81.
shit.
I know I'm dating myself a little bit, but I was there, and you know what? Raiders of the Lost Ark, great. The second one, what was it in India? What was it called? I forgot the second one.
Which
But
one? Temple of
Doom.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom. Thank you. Decent, but the third one, which was the Last Crusade, loved it. Then I waited all those years for them to shit the bed.
Dump on it.
Yeah, just literally bring out that disastrous piece of.
Who was
Crap.
Indiana Jones? Wasn't Harrison Ford in it?
Yeah,
No,
he is Indiana
No, he
Jones.
is Indiana
Yeah.
Jones.
But he's like 60 years old or something.
Well, now he's like my dad's age, and he's like 79 years old, and he's coming out with the fifth one. But I need something to kind of soothe myself from the disaster from 2008 with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which was the dumbest piece of on the planet. I mean, I was like disappointed.
so who's coming out in the new one?
When?
No, who's the
It's
lead?
next
Well,
year. It's going to be
yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford's in it?
Ooh, Mads
Yeah,
Mikkelsen
he's
is in it.
79 years old, but he's still playing
Yeah, dude,
Indiana
he can still
Jones.
act, yeah.
No, come on, man.
There's
We need
some
No,
pretty
I'm not
interesting people
joking.
in
we
here.
need a young buck in there, like Jake Gyllenhaal or someone like that.
Yeah, Jake, maybe, yeah. Mark Wahlberg would be good too, actually. I kind of
Wouldn't
like
be bad.
him.
What they
But-
need to stop doing with movies is stop remaking good ones, and then go back and make ones that like were shitty. But they have a good backstory to them.
Right.
Like I always liked Aragorn, those books.
Yes.
Shitty movie,
Yes.
but that's
Great
just from the director. That's it had bad things going about it. Take shitty movies that have a good backstory, but make them with good actors, good directors, good funding.
Well
You know,
said.
stop remaking all this shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, they're making a new Jurassic World movie. It's just
That's got some cool crossovers in it, though. It's
It
got
does,
some
but you're just-
original Jurassic Park people. It's got some new Jurassic Park
that's the only reason people are gonna go see it is because you got
That's all I
you
need,
got the
though,
OG
man.
people
Yeah.
back in it.
But it's going to be the end. That's what they're claiming. It's the end of the Jurassic series is with this movie.
This is the final one?
Supposedly. That's
When's
what
it coming out?
This
Is that-
year, I think. What is it called? I can't even.
Domination, I thought?
Jurassic World Dominion.
Dominion.
Yeah.
And this is the last one.
So, I mean,
Allegedly.
that's what the trailer says. It's like something concludes, and it's like
But yeah, they got the 3 original actors in it.
who was it?
Was it Jeff Goldblum? I don't know.
Yeah,
Nobody knows the other
Goldblum's
ones.
in it.
Sam Neill.
Yeah, Sam Neill. That's the other one. But they in that one
Bryce Howard.
and the one chick, I don't remember her name. She was from the original. You know, they did that. They did Ghostbusters with they had the original cast from that, and they were just going back in time and picking out all these really good. I mean, they were good movies, but
Yeah, the Ghostbusters
And
ones.
redoing
The
them
All
again.
Lady Ghostbusters was. I mean,
Oh my God, that was
That was-
a shit the bed moment.
I was not a fan. Yeah,
That was garbage.
they got a new Lord of the Rings series coming out.
okay, I can't hate
Really?
on that.
Yeah, it's an Amazon show, but it's it's
Does
like
it
the
take
Power
place
of the
after
Rings.
the
Yeah,
Lord of
Power
the
of
No,
the
Rings?
it's pre. So it's like
So
when,
kind of like The Hobbit.
I think it predates the Hobbit.
Oh,
but
so
yeah.
it even goes back
I
farther.
think
I think
It's
so.
them
It's like the
making the
creation
rings.
of all the rings. Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, it's,
okay.
I love the Lord of the Rings.
Oh
All right,
my
same
God,
here.
I love that series.
Oh yeah.
Great series.
We had the extended edition, so each movie was
Oh,
like an extra
fuck.
2.5 hours
yes.
long. So you could
yes.
all 3 movies were probably like you're sitting there
Yes.
watching like 22 hours of film.
They're on
And
HBO.
we would watch it
Amazing.
on weekends. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Love that series.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. Got to have it.
Anything Christopher Nolan for me.
I agree.
Is he
I
doing
agree.
anything though? Like
if it-
recently?
the more it hurts my brain, the more I want to watch it.
What has he really done though? That's recent. Well, I know a lot of shit has been recent.
He did
but-
that war movie that's
Tenet.
recent, but before that was Tenet, which
Yeah,
is
Tenet.
fucking amazing.
Wait, did he do War Horse? No.
Did he? No,
No,
I
no,
thought he
no.
did. It was like 1982 or 1918 or something. Was the movie's name? I thought. I don't remember.
Dunkirk.
I mean, no, it was before. I thought there was another one after that.
After that,
I thought there was another war movie he
I know
did.
what you're talking about. I know what you're I can't think of the title, though.
oh, I know which one you're talking.
It's not
Um,
Dunkirk. It's.
No.
No. It was.
I thought it was
pre
like an
that.
actual like a date of a
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, I think I know. What you're
Maybe it's before that. I don't know.
1917?
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah,
Was that him though? I don't know if that was him.
I thought it was Christopher Nolan. Am I wrong?
Does he come out with a new Batman
It's
eventually? though?
Sam Mendes.
Oh fuck! I thought that was.
Oh, Sam. Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe I was thinking Dunkirk then. What'd you say?
I want him to do one more Batman with
Oh fuck! That'd be legit
yeah
with
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
He's my favorite Batman, Christian Bale.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, man. It's got to be Ben
God,
Affleck
you
for me.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, just don't give me George Clooney. That
George
was
Clooney
From
was
the nipples.
really. How did you not like George Clooney as
Holy
Batman?
crap. George Clooney. Oh, God. Okay. George, I hope you watch this podcast because you sucked ass.
It's one of my favorite Batmans. That was one of my favorite ones. You got Poison
With
Ivy,
Mr. Freeze.
Oh,
Mr.
How about,
Freeze, yeah.
how about Arnold?
Yeah, right.
I can actually do a decent Arnold, but I won't do it.
Do it, man. He said fuck freedom. He doesn't like freedom.
What do you mean you didn't like my Mr. Freeze?
That was pretty. That was really good.
motherfucker.
He doesn't like freedom.
No, he
No, Mr. Freeze.
with the mandates. He said fuck you. He said
Oh
fuck,
yeah, I
fuck
did
your
see that.
freedom.
Yeah, I saw that
Oh,
video.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks,
Is he still
Arnold.
the governor? No.
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 Which is funny because I saw a video about him is years ago back when he was the governor. He was walking through the town or walking out of the Senate building, wherever the fuck it was. But he's walking out, shaking hands, kissing babies, and he's wearing a suit, and somebody threw eggs at him. and it got on his suit jacket. And he just took it off all casual. Security grabbed it. Probably went and stabbed that guy. And then he just kept walking. They interviewed him afterwards. He's like, "Oh, it's fine. It's America. It's free. You do what you want." He's like, "That's the beautiful thing about this country." So that's funny.
Well, he also got kung fu chopped.
I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah, remember
the
that
basketball
video?
pickup basketball game.
He was over there giving a little speech to the kids, telling the kids, and all of a sudden some guy comes up and does a Bruce Lee and just like pounds him like in the back, and Arnold just shakes it off and goes,
He's so old too.
Oh, well, yeah.
Terminators
He's
were
a
good.
Terminator.
Terminators were good. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but now the series sucks.
Alien vs Predator was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he plays the same role every time, but
Well, yeah.
he should have been the one in the Matrix. Should have been Arnold Schwarzenegger.
In the Matrix?
No, I'm just kidding.
One of the
That's
best
like the fuck.
one of the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, True Lies.
True Lies is good.
You
True Lies
gotta
is really
love
good,
that.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that is one of his best.
What about what's the Christmas movie he did?
Where he's trying to find the toy
yeah.
for his
Yeah,
kid. Yeah,
that one
a
was
good
good.
one. I can't think of it.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, Jingle All the
Yeah,
Way.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, I like that. That was one of my favorite childhood movies. I watched that so many times.
I don't really like Christmas movies, but that was like I remember enjoying that one a lot when I was younger.
Just because it's Arnie.
Yeah, but you guys got to
the
admit
story was
though,
good.
the best Christmas movie of all time is Die Hard.
What is the reasoning behind
Because
saying
it
that?
happens at Christmas
'Cause
time.
it's during
Because
Christmas.
it's right at Christmas time.
I mean, I love Die Hard, but definitely not the best Christmas movie.
Wow, I love me some John McClane, so I'll
Yeah.
take, and Die Hard too, which at the airport.
Oh,
Remember-
okay, yeah.
Remember when what's the actor's name? Sadler. He plays like the terrorist guy, and they take over the airport.
Yeah.
God damn, that was good.
Yeah. I need to go. Dude, I watched those when I was like 13, 14 years old. I need to go back and
man.
rewatch those.
Yeah.
No, watch the first two. All the rest are shit.
Yeah. No, I liked them all, but I think my favorite movies of all time would be Lethal Weapon, but the version of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Lethal Weapon.
That show's funny.
They did that one bit where it was like a legit 10-minute video of them doing Lethal Weapon. It was the best shit ever.
Wait a minute.
fucking awesome.
You mean the one with Gibson and Glover?
Yeah.
That's your favorite movie?
Well, no, I'm saying It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's version of Lethal Weapon.
I don't know what that is.
You
It's
never
a
seen
TV show.
It's Always Sunny
I
in
don't know.
Philadelphia?
It's
on
comedic
FX.
gold.
God,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Yeah.
it's. I mean, it's
Oh my God, I got to go home and watch this shit now.
yeah.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah, you'll get stuck on It's
I
Always
have
Sunny.
Hulu.
It's on there.
It
yeah.
is hilarious. Yeah,
You'll get stuck on It's Always
Really?
Sunny. Oh yeah,
Okay,
dude,
all
it's
right, all right.
it's
It's a good.
fantastic.
You
All right.
just kick back a few beers or
Oh, yeah.
some whiskey while you're watching it. Just
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah,
start
like a whole
cracking
bottle.
up.
Yeah,
Smoke a J.
Yeah, get a little highway, watch it.
No, but the first Lethal Weapon though, dude, classic.
oh yeah, for sure.
What was his name in the movie? Gibson's his character. It was Riggs and Murtaugh.
Yeah,
There you go. See, I remember that. Thank God it came back. But no, that's a classic.
do you ever get down on Lethal Weapons?
I have not
You
actually.
should check them out, man. They're good.
Yeah.
No, my older movie I would pick. I'm not calling that old, but like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, it's
Oh
good.
my
If I'm gonna
God.
pick like an older movie, for me,
Yes.
that's what I'd
I think
pick.
everybody.
Andy Dufresne.
Oh, that movie's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. I'll
There's-
watch that any day of the week.
There's not a better triumph moment than when he comes out of the shit pile.
Oh yeah,
When it's
Yeah.
raining and he raises his arms up. And it's like, dude, awesome.
oh yeah.
Awesome movie.
And then he
Awesome.
outsmarts the warden at the end,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
taking
movie's-
all his money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
And when he writes in the Bible, he goes, Warden, you were right. Salvation lies within. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's where he kept his rock
Yep.
hammer.
That's what he
Yeah.
quoted that to him earlier in the
Yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
and when he handed him the Bible.
Yep. Yep.
I'd pick that movie. That's probably one of my all-time favorites.
'Cause that was 90s, yeah,
That was 93.
93. Damn.
93. I'll tell you an overrated movie, which I'm not going to lie. People think I'm crazy. Pulp Fiction. I thought it was shit. I thought that was a crap ass movie. I'm sorry if
You're
y'all
pissing
love
people
it.
off.
I know.
It was-
Audience, I'm sorry. Crap movie. I hated it.
I don't really get into Pulp Fiction either. It's backwards. It's,
Yeah, it's just
I don't
dumb.
understand
That's a
it.
Tarantino thing, though. That's his directing style, man.
But he's never directed another movie like that.
He directs a bunch of movies like that, where
That
he starts at the end and then just
Yeah.
goes back through the
But
movie.
yeah, but Pulp Fiction I feel like is even worse than that. It's
I agree.
Like almost even more hard to follow type of thing. I don't know. I agree.
Yeah, I thought it was garbage.
Look at me.
all the way
I've never
through.
watched the whole thing.
You've never
Yeah,
seen.
don't bother.
Oh my god!
Don't bother, brother.
I can't give my 2 cents.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
garbage.
disappointing.
I just thought it was
It's
dumb.
backwards to forwards.
That's Quentin Tarantino's movies, man.
Is
They
that it?
always-
I don't know.
He's notorious. He'll start at the end, and then he'll go, da da da. Oh, the end. This is what happens, and then it'll whoosh, back to the beginning of the story,
Right.
and then it'll finish. The
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's-
I thought you meant like beginning to end, like more like Memento,
Oh no.
where it's like beginning to end like that. I'm
Oh,
like,
Memento! I remember that movie with Guy
like
Pearce.
Reservoir
Oh, yeah.
Dogs,
Guy
Django.
Pearce.
I love that movie.
That is a great movie, actually.
Another Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, that's a classic, actually. That is good. Man,
Memento's
I gotta go
good.
home and watch that now too.
I think it's on HBO.
Do you not like Kill Bill? You really?
I
mean,
think
it's all right.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's all right.
I didn't know he was
Breaking your heart.
Yeah,
I think I like the first Kill Bill, but then it just
Well, yeah. I mean, typically the second ones aren't as good, but yeah.
yeah.
Now, do you guys like Matthew McConaughey?
My wife would leave me for Matthew McConaughey in
Well,
a half second.
Dude, he's
Wow.
good. He's,
Half a second.
he's really good.
shoot, I
Wouldn't
mean,
even take a full
heck,
second.
I'd leave my girlfriend for Matthew McConaughey
Yeah,
in a
true.
second.
It'd probably
But
be mutual, but
Interstellar, let's go.
wait,
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
Interstellar,
It's really good.
great movie.
Dallas
yes,
Buyers
Paul
Club.
loves that movie.
yeah, Dallas Buyers. But there's one here. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy. Have you guys seen Fool's Gold?
That's a good one
Yeah.
too. I love
I'm
that
not
one.
gonna lie,
Yeah.
I fucking love
I
that
just
movie.
watched it with my wife
Yes,
on Netflix.
I watched that last weekend. That is the one of the best, and it was panned by all the critics, right? And, you know, they're like, "Oh, this movie sucks. It's a piece of shit movie." No, that movie is freaking gold.
Yeah,
No pun intended.
I was about to say.
Who,
That was a good
else
one.
is, who else is in that? There's
Kate Hudson
Yeah,
and Donald Sutherland.
that
and-
older actor that owns the rich guy. I don't remember his name. Is that?
Well, Donald Sutherland plays the rich guy in that.
Oh,
movie.
that's who. I don't. Is that his name? I never knew that.
yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
I've heard that name before. I just know
Yeah.
that's
Keith-
the rich guy.
Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland's father.
Oh, okay.
And he's like 85 now.
Yeah.
He's getting up there. But I'll tell you what, though, that is an underrated movie, which I would tell the audience, I tell all you guys, watch Fool's Gold. It's awesome. I love it. That's my favorite movie.
that recently just came out a couple years ago, or is it an older movie?
No.
That came out probably about, 2000, maybe 13, 14?
Okay.
Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe
I
2000.
feel like there was another like Gold Rush movie he was in recently.
2008.
Oh, wait. Okay. Farther back than I thought. But no, it's a good movie. It's a lot of fun.
What do you guys think about Adam Sandler?
I like him.
I like him too. Yeah,
I do. I like
he
him.
is. Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, Mr. Deeds was good.
I watched a movie with him, and it was like a different role than he normally plays. I can't remember what movie it was, but it was like,
Uncut
a serious
Gems?
role. Maybe, yeah.
Remember Uncut Gems?
Yeah,
Oh,
a
that
good
was
one.
good.
Holy crap.
Yeah, he is a good actor. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously like this, comedy genius or whatever. But yeah, he's a good actor.
Another one that was on Netflix because I know he signed that big deal where he had to make like 9 movies for him or something. The Cobbler. You
The
see it?
shoe?
When,
The
yeah,
shoe
when he was a
guy? Yeah.
shoe repair
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I heard of that.
Yeah, it's like
I never
his
saw it.
dad was a shoe cobbler who disappeared or left him when he was young, and so he just took over the business and he whipped out the old machine his dad used to use, and whenever he repaired your shoes, he would become that person. Like he put their shoes on, he would look like them, and like
Oh,
so
yeah,
he could
yeah.
impersonate their life.
Yeah.
I have to look that one up. I've never seen
And then
that.
the ending's really good. I'm not gonna say it, but it was really good at the end.
I think I've seen that one too. It's not like a newer movie, but
No,
Right.
it's been a year.
I've
I've
seen-
been
yeah.
a few years. I tried to find it again, but yeah, it's not on
Um,
Netflix anymore.
that's kind of like Will Ferrell. Like, he played that one movie where he's like that drunken dude who he ends up just like his
Everything
life-
Must Go or something.
Yeah, Everything Must Go. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
just-
really good
He
one.
throws
Yeah.
all his shit on the
Oh,
front
man.
yard and says,
Yeah.
"Come take it."
He just plays a drunk, and you're like, when is he going to be funny? And he's not, and it's just a really sad movie.
What's the other one he did? Stranger Than Fiction.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one too.
I think that's another one he's not funny in.
It's weird seeing Will Ferrell do roles where he's not funny. You
I've
haven't
never
any-
seen those.
Yeah, the Everything Must Go's on Netflix.
Yeah,
Everything Must Go.
Yeah,
All right.
if you're a Will Ferrell fan, I
Yeah.
mean, Step Brothers
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
type thing.
Actually, I just saw him when he was with Mark Wahlberg and the other guys.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
on Netflix.
You get the little
that's a
cop
good one.
movie. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, it's kind of freaking funny.
Oh, it's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. I love that movie.
He is funny.
And actually, too, Sandler did a movie I just watched, Murder Mystery.
Yeah,
Do you guys see
with
that
Jennifer Aniston.
one? Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that shit's funny.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a good times. I just wanted to be entertained. It was fun. I liked it.
Yeah,
I had low expectations, but it turned out to be a lot freaking better than I thought it was going to be. So,
What about like best scary movie? For me,
That's
it's
a
like
tough one. I love scary movies.
The
but
Hills Have Eyes.
That
one
the first time watching that,
because they have two, right? Of those,
there's a few of them.
yeah, and they're just very disgusting, rotten.
Oh yeah, they're
type
gross,
movies.
man. That's what I want to see though, because like when you're wanting to horror, like I don't know, man. Like you know what, you got like Freddy popping out. Oh, I'm gonna get you. And stuff like, that's not scary.
Oh, and yeah,
man,
so that's
you
a
know?
good. That's a good
You got
question.
Michael Myers.
You grew up in those.
Myers standing in the street, and it's like
You're
he's
like,
standing
"Ugh."
right there. This
Freddy
very
Krueger was
scary,
some very
Yeah,
scary
true,
shit, dude. When I was a
true.
kid, I was
Yeah,
always scared of
yeah.
Freddy Krueger. What was it like? Scary movies growing up for you? Was it like Michael Myers, Halloween?
No, I'm gonna tell you the two. If you guys want, in my opinion, the two best scariest movies of all time would be Soylent Green and The Exorcist.
The Exorcist is
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
that fucked me up as a kid.
Soylent Green.
That fucked me up as a kid because I watched that. I don't know why my mom let me watch that.
What the fuck?
I could not go to
Dude.
sleep, dude. Like,
What
Thank
fucked
you.
me up was Interview with a Vampire for some reason. I just was with like Tom Cruise and all.
Oh
those
yeah,
people in it.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that one like I just like was like, oh, they're gonna get me. I was like little too. I was,
Yeah.
like,
bro, with
watching
The
with my
Exorcist,
dad.
did you not watch it as a
I
child?
was probably older. I probably wasn't a child.
Oh
when
my
I watched
God,
The Exorcist,
dude.
but I watched like the Interview with the Vampire, and I think that's one where like some dude just gets like cut in half by him, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It was wild.
yeah. It's actually a decent movie I haven't seen for a while.
Yeah.
I gotta look that one up again too. That had like a totally all-star cast too. Tom
Yeah,
Cruise,
I mean, there's a lot of like,
Pitt,
young people.
Christian
yeah.
Slater was in that. But yeah, but those are the two movies I remember that were really, freaking me out.
Because like Jason and Freddy and all that, that's like Scream for us.
Yeah.
Because they're coming out
To
with
me-
another Scream or
Yeah, no, another
I've heard
cash
really
grab.
good- I've heard really good things about the new Scream.
No, yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that too, but I mean, still, yeah.
it's Scream, man.
My favorite recent scary movies that like really kind of like, oh god, Hereditary. That one had me.
Oh, I never heard of
fucked
that.
up.
Never,
Hereditary.
never heard of that one either.
Came out. Are you joking? It was like 2018 or 2019. It's not that old, but it is. It was kind of gory, kind of creepy. You know, it's like the creep factor was really rolling. It was good.
Well, Rob Zombie's good at making them too.
Rob Zombie makes some killer fucking horror movies.
Not he does Michael Myers really well, but what's the series he does? It's kind of like the Hills
Devil's
Have Eyes.
Rejects?
Devil's Reject, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
And House of a Thousand Corpses, like that's
Yeah.
like some
Yeah.
Those
dark,
were,
demented.
Yeah.
That's the kind of horror movies I like. Those like when it's
Yeah.
like real fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like whenever they get stranded and they go there, like there's no coming out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And if you do, you're fucked up forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, probably Jeepers Creepers is the scariest movie I've
Oh, I
ever
remember
seen.
that. I remember Jeepers Creepers.
Arachnophobia was a good one. I remember.
Yeah.
getting freaked out
Jeff
about that.
Daniels.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good flick.
it was. I didn't like spiders, and it didn't help with that either. So
So like big spiders and shit.
no, it's just like spiders, like just the whole
eight-legged
town.
freaks?
Whole
Gotcha.
town. No, it's not like eight-legged. The whole town
Well,
just gets
I know,
consumed by like
Yeah.
these spiders, and it's like it was.
Well, one
aggressive.
spider somehow gets in somebody's luggage or something like that, right? And
Yeah.
they bring it back to the town.
but it is like an unknown. Like it's like this is a new
Yeah.
species of spider, and then it just like
It's like a
Takes over,
killer
like,
spider that bites you,
takes
you're
over the
dead.
whole town. Yeah, it was.
Would you consider American Psycho a scary movie? Is that more of a thriller?
Yeah, that's more of a
Thriller.
thriller.
Okay.
Thriller. But see, to me, there's two kinds of horror movies, right? There's the ones that, where the living person is like the killer guy. But then there's the supernatural ones. Those are the ones that fucking freak me out.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I get the most. If it's just the slasher guy, living next door, those don't scare me as much. It's the ones where the apparition, those just scare the fuck out of me. Okay, so it's like I don't know. That's just me.
Jordan Peele's got a new one coming.
Yep. What is it? It's called Nope. Yeah. Yep. Nope.
Oh, that was on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl
Yeah,
card.
these
Yeah.
I
movies
saw
are
that.
really good. The Get Out.
Get Out, and
What was that
then
other one? Us.
Us. That was the other one he
those were
did.
both like super.
Yeah.
did he do the
like,
Candyman
thinky.
one?
I think he
Oh,
did. Yeah.
Candyman.
I did. Did you see that? I didn't see
No,
that.
it looked really good
Yeah.
though.
I wonder if it's streaming.
I thought he did it. I might be wrong.
This is the weird part about COVID is like movies no longer existed at that point, or new movies anyways.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Like it was just a long time before anything came out.
Well, that's why I liked having HBO because Warner Brothers just sent all their shit to that.
Yeah.
People were
Yeah.
pissed about that too.
Oh, I know.
Like
I'm
all the
not.
people in the industry were like,
I'm cool with it,
"Oh,
man.
this is
fuck it. Like I know that they want you to go to the theater and spend lots of money, but
I don't want to spend $20 on popcorn.
I don't
can
either.
spend $20
Yeah,
and I can get
exactly.
like.
That's how they
12
make their
bags.
money,
Yeah,
though.
I know.
Yeah.
I enjoy the big screen, man. It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's an experience.
Fun,
The
but
experience is,
Right.
but even that, it's
Yeah.
gotten so expensive over the years. I remember you go to a movie, it'd be like $6, and now you're like,
yeah,
I'm going to take my wife out, and it's going to be like, what, the tickets for Batman were like $50 for the two of
Oh,
us.
Yeah.
easy, yeah.
Unless you're
Yeah.
Disney, you charge $30 to watch the new movie
Yeah.
what do you mean?
on Disney Plus. You want to watch their?
You can,
they'll
you can rent it
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like $30.
Oh, but eventually it comes out on.
Eventually it'll
yeah.
be released, but if you want to see it like when it comes out, you'd be like, oh man, I have to see it now. It's like $30.
It's
or whatever.
$30 to watch it, or you can just wait a month and watch it for free. Well, free for your normal subscription.
$10 a month, yeah, or 12.
I'll go watch Marvel movies in the theater though, because I'm a
It's the
nerd.
only way to do that, man.
I had the Disney Plus on my phone, and the two movies I watched, I always loved The Emperor's New Groove. Remember that movie? Huh? Yeah. Kronk and Cusco. But the other one I just watched was that Dwayne Johnson Jungle Cruise.
That one was good.
I wish that was
I
like
actually
good.
like that.
Those
Is it
movies-
an anime or is it
No.
Pixar or is it like real?
That's Disney.
No,
It's
no,
real.
No, it's live action.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's live action.
Yeah.
But it's
Emily
it-
Blunt, I think, is in it.
Yeah. Emily Blunt. Good movie though.
I'll have to check it out.
Really
Yeah,
good.
the
movie.
ending was cool. I didn't really expect
Yeah.
how it happened. I was like, oh shit, okay, like that's what's up. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Something
Yeah,
the
I
kids would
liked it.
enjoy, type of thing.
Oh
Myra,
yeah.
I watched it with the Myra. Yeah. And
Oh,
she-
yeah.
I mean, if you can get her to sit still long enough, I'm sure the
Right.
kids would watch it.
You got to be a little tired.
Yeah. Definitely good.
Disney does have some bangers.
It does.
Yeah.
I think we're a little bit
Okay.
over the hour.
Any Marvel movie, duh.
Well, outside of that, that's what
Yeah.
I was referring to.
Yeah, I think we're at like an hour and 10 minutes. So, I don't know. Fun night.
Absolutely.
Very interesting. That's for sure.
Yes.
Go from Trucker Convoy to corrupt politics to what movies are. There's always some fun stuff, man.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to be here tonight, by the way, and thank you all for having me.
Definitely, man. So
I really enjoyed it.
that's what the podcast is about, man. It's not necessarily. I mean, it's just about just hearing what people have to say. That's all it is, man. And we only have 700 subscribers, and we average 50 to 60 views a week. I'll take it, man.
Absolutely.
Did it cross 700?
more subscribers than me? So
What's up?
Did you cross 700?
Oh, not yet. Sorry, 600.
Not. Oh, sorry.
693.
Sorry. I feel like a
Okay.
dick now.
It's fluctuated
Close.
pretty.
Wow,
Close to 700.
I feel like a dick.
We need 7 more to hit 700.
Hey, 7 of
Come
you.
on, guys. Let's get it. 7 more. Let's do it.
That's true. That would be nice because our 4-year anniversary is actually coming up in the next few weeks of Talk
See?
Junkies. Yeah, so maybe it was meant to be. But anywho, yeah, thank you all for watching. Rick, thanks for joining the show,
Absolutely. Thank you.
man. Blake and Carl, it's always a pleasure to have you.
I appreciate you having
it's
me.
always nice to be invited every once in a while.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a lot more than. I'm sure Jesse will tell you, man. You don't want that burden on you.
Well, not every week, but every once in a while, I'll come over here.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's
Nice to
fun.
get out of the
man.
house a little bit.
It is. Oh, I'm not getting out of the house, but it's fun to have you
Well,
guys
yeah.
out of the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully you guys have watched and enjoyed the show. If you have any comments below, please let us know what your favorite movie is, favorite scary movie is, who your favorite actor or actress is, or your favorite director. Put your thoughts below about the Trucker Convoy and what you think's going on, maybe what the true meaning behind it is. Is it really freedom? Is freedom really the root cause of what's going on in Canada? I don't know. Wolflow, let me know. But anywho, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to all our junkies out there.
Stay fly and ring the bell.
Amen.
And scene.
That was a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah, it really is.